The East African Tea Trade Association was founded in 1957, and this body was formed essentially to promote the interests of the tea trade in Africa. So here we have the producers of tea, we have the brokers. Next, we also are looking at the buyers and exporters of tea. The other key members are warehousemen and packers of tea. So from that dimension, you can see that as a body, as an organization, we've been able to have all these members served across the board.
Tea is an important cash crop for this country. It's the #1 foreign exchange earner, and it actually provides a livelihood to almost 10% of this country's population. Therefore, I think that we are doing an important role in ensuring that the farmers can continue to be able to grow this tea profitably, and that there are factories to process this tea, which create employment for our people, and which create even further industries which supply various materials to the factories.
The total number of hectares of factory suppliers who supplied green leaf to Maramba Tea Factory is about 1,600 hectares. We have been members of EATTA since the inception, and we have seen the benefits of working with EATT, because the rules that govern the tea trade is what has assisted the tea business to be what it is at the moment.
Over the years, we have been fetching favorable prices. It's only that once we started fetching very good prices, then production hit the roof, whereby most of the farmers were encouraged to produce tea because it was quite profitable. The aftermath, the effects of our production, the effect of our supply is what we are currently witnessing. But we cannot blame it per se on oversupply. I believe the duty is upon us to find for newer and fresher market for these teas which we claim to be produced en masse.
The East African Tea Trade Association runs one of the largest auctions in the world. In fact, it is the only multi-origin tea auction whereby we are serving 9 countries in the African region. That is namely Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, DRC Congo, Madagascar, Mozambique, and Malawi. All these countries export their teas through Kenya, and importantly, their teas are brought to the auction for purposes of ensuring realizable competitive prices.
We are happy that EATTA has been able to provide this kind of service, and in addition, providing other services such as lobbying, whenever there are various issues, not just in Kenya but around the region, which impact on tea farmers.
The role of the buyer is to identify the preferred tea for that particular packer or that particular country, to be able to facilitate from identifying the quality and ensuring that the whole supply chain is up to the time that the tea is put on the vessel for it to be going to where it's going to be consumed.
Once the tea comes from the farms, it is warehoused within our warehouses. We prepare the tea in terms of sampling so that the buyers get the samples. We ensure that the tea is released to the buyers upon payments. And we do not only end there, we also do breading, we do value addition, and we manage the entire shipment process, taking the tea to the port and ensuring that it reaches the final destination.
A broker needs to have the requisite number of employees who can taste tea and value tea. It is necessary as an applicant who wants to become a broker to be able to get business or to get confirmation from the producer to say that that company which is applying for membership has the knowledge in broking to be able to give a service.
If we were to remain as the preferred point of export of tea, one of the few areas that we've looked into is the diversification of the product. We are currently producing most of our teas in CTC, but we are encouraging the farmer to diversify, to go to orthodox and also the green tea, which we feel that the market for green tea, especially even in Africa, is there. So, and we have seen inquiries coming through looking for green tea. So the future is that there is a potential growth on the green tea.
At the moment, as a country, we do very well on value-added products, particularly for exports. Locally, we're doing very well. We got a couple of companies which are doing for the local market, but the bulk of it goes out in bulk, which is not very profitable to both the producer and the country. There are markets like in Eastern Europe or Middle East or the US, where you find, because of high labor costs, they prefer to import finished goods.
We stand out in terms of our key advocacy role, serving different members in at least 9 countries, and also being able to play an important advocacy role on any issue touching on tea, in terms of policy, in terms of legislation.
The East African Tea Trade Association, it's a voluntary organization which brings together tea buyers, tea producers, warehousemen, and tea brokers. We have been able to guide ourselves on the various issues without a particular interference from any angle, and this forms majorly the cornerstone as to which the transparency comes in, and with this transparency comes the success of the trade.
We have to work in conjunction with the government in the way that markets, as a buyer, it's very difficult for me to go into the market, but collectively, it is very simple that with the international Minister of International Trade, with the conjunction with the Tea Board of Kenya, we are able to strategize certain countries that we know that we can penetrate. Obviously, some of those countries are already consuming teas from other destinations, but we believe that they will still prefer Kenya because of the quality.
Time is coming whereby our small and medium enterprises also should be in a position to venture outside. They should be in a position to export our teas. And this can only be done if structures are put in place that, one, will motivate them, two, will create a conducive environment to them to venture into value addition.
What has been fronted by some of the policymakers, particularly in government, is that we should pack our teas and send them out there. In one way, yes, it makes a lot of sense. But two, if the local dynamics, if the issues like infrastructure, if they are not right, chances are those universal or global universal tea packers will obviously look for places where there are lesser taxes or better friendly environments for packing tea.
Tea has been consistently been what you may say a defined, a regular and a consistent revenue earner to the farmers. So I would encourage them to continue growing tea and to ensure that they deliver the best teas. For the investors in the tea industry, also my take would be they have been in this business for long, they have supported different economies, and through the East African Tea Trade Association, we also appreciate the patronage of the auction.